Brittney Griner was in a Russian prison. You would think that somebody who is now free, back in America on home soil, would not have too much to complain about.
Have you noticed some of Brittney Griner's strange behavior behind WNBA Commissioner Catherine Engelbert? This may be the real reason why she is still in the league.
The example of that is Brittney Griner. Brittney Griner made news. And Brittney Griner made news the other day because why?
Did Stephen A. Smith just drop proof that Brittney Griner isn't who she claims to be? On his latest show, he waved what he called Bombshell documents, papers he insists reveal Griner's real DNA, and the WNBA is scrambling. Smith never lobs half-baked stories. When he speaks, it's facts or nothing, and this claim has jaws on the floor. Fans already frustrated by Griner's hard fouls and trash talk are buzzing louder than ever. Why does it look like the league is bending over backward to shield her? And what secrets could be hiding in those mysterious files? Stick around, because this curveball might rewrite everything you thought you knew. Stephen A. Smith just threw a curveball the WNBA never saw coming. He went on air claiming he has real paperwork that could change how we see Brittney Griner, and the league is scrambling. Smith is known for checking his facts before he talks, so fans froze when he said this one was bigger than any past rumor. People had already been eyeing Griner's game, sudden hard elbows, sharp trash talk, and late-night social media rants that felt off the rails. Those flashes of fury made supporters ask if something deeper was going on. Now the whispers are louder. Is Brittney truly who she says she is? Everyone wants to peek at the mystery documents Smith waved around on set. Why, fans wonder, does it look like the league keeps jumping in to cover for her? They point to every odd play, every wild tweet, and say it all links back to a secret hiding in those pages. For weeks, Griner has taken heat over on-court clashes and her eyebrow-raising attitude. This fresh bombshell might blow the roof right off. And if Smith is right, the first page of that file will do more than start a rumor. It will light the fuse for the biggest scandal the WNBA has ever faced. But where did those papers come from, and why is their timing so perfect? Next up, the moment Smith showed the world the files and the internet went wild. The buzz hit overdrive the moment Stephen A. Smith sat down on the Valuetainment podcast. Right out of the gate, the hosts brought up Brittney's bully label, especially her heated run-ins with rising phenom Caitlin Clark, and Smith didn't flinch. He doubled down, calling Griner entitled, ungrateful, and a nightmare for anyone who dared match up against her. Then came the jaw dropper. Smith reached under the table, produced a folder, and flipped it open on camera. These are the DNA files, he said, tapping the pages like a gavel. Viewers swear you could hear the studio's air conditioning kick up. Everybody froze at once. Within minutes, the clip was ricocheting across social media. Hashtags exploded, reaction videos piled up, and amateur sleuths zoomed in on the blurred paperwork frame by frame. Some claimed they spotted Russian medical stamps. Others argued it was staged. No one knew how Smith scored the docs, and he wasn't telling. All he offered was a knowing smirk and a promise that the league can't hide the truth forever. That single tease did more damage than a week of press conferences. Fans demanded the WNBA address the claim. The league stayed silent. Even sports writers who usually roll their eyes at rumors started asking where the paper trail began. And if Smith really had proof, why reveal it now? But that wasn't the whole story. The Russian prison whispers were about to make everything 10 times messier. Back in 2022, when Brittney Griner spent months locked up in a Moscow jail, guards didn't just catalog her belongings. They reportedly drew blood, ran lab work, and kept every scrap of data. Rumors online now insist some of those samples went through a covert DNA test the public never heard about. Whisper networks claim the results flagged unusual genetic markers, hints that might explain her bruising power on the court. But no official source has verified any of it. These same whispers feed a bigger riddle: Griner's headline-grabbing swap for Victor Bout, the so-called merchant of death. Fans can't shake the feeling that trading a minor drug offender for a global arms dealer only makes sense if something far larger stayed hidden in the files Russia handed over. Even Stephen A. teased that her deal had layers the public never saw, stoking curiosity and suspicion in equal measure. Smith hasn't shown a single lab report on camera, just that blurred folder, but people keep poring over every frame, convinced they spot Russian medical stamps. For now, it's all unverified chatter. Still, the idea that secret test results left a paper trail from a Moscow cell to a Manhattan studio has fans scrambling for answers. But raw paperwork is only half the story. Next comes the hardcore evidence that has teammates and rivals nursing bruises and asking if biology might be tipping the scales. Every team that lines up against Brittney knows one thing: you leave the floor sore. Teammates admit they've limped out of practice, and rivals often finish games sporting bruises from her elbows like they've just gone a few rounds in a boxing ring. Yet Griner herself walks away spotless, fueling talk that her raw strength sits a notch above even elite WNBA standards. Fans searching for answers keep circling the same point. Men's and women's sports are split for a reason. Height, speed, stamina, recovery, all wired differently. If one athlete suddenly checks every box for peak power and endurance, people can't help wondering what that suggests about her biology. That question alone has online forums buzzing, with amateurs comparing workout stats and game footage frame by frame. And once folks started digging, those older viral moments looked a lot less random, especially the poolside clip Instagram never flagged. If that post slipped through the cracks, what other surprises are still hiding in plain sight? Stick around, because the next revelation started with a single meme that fooled even the pros. First came the poolside video. It showed what looked like Brittney standing up in the water, no swimsuit straps in sight, yet somehow Instagram never flagged it for nudity. Viewers still ask why the platform's autofilter slept on a post that would have zapped any other woman's account in seconds. The clip raced across Reddit and X, fueling whispers that the league, or maybe even the app itself, keeps giving Brittney special treatment. Then a meme account dropped a quote that seemed too perfect to ignore. Brittney allegedly moaned that WNBA games used to be a chill, quiet place where fans could bring a laptop and relax, but now crowds yell crazy stuff and make everything toxic. The line even claimed she saw a dad and daughter in the stands and couldn't tell if their shouting was about her play or some light racism. The post was satire, yet it fooled thousands, including big-name commentators who shared it as fact before deleting their tweets. Stephen A. pounced, saying moments like these prove Brittney's public image is cracking, and he hinted his folder contained receipts the internet hasn't seen. The mix of real footage and fake quotes blurred every line, leaving fans wondering which bomb will blow next. And that tension only grew when people remembered she'd been swapped for an international arms dealer. Up next, the prisoner exchange puzzle that still makes zero sense. Here's the twist that still makes heads spin. Brittney was doing time in Moscow for a small stash of cannabis, yet Washington traded her for Victor Bout, the Merchant of Death. Even back then, fans called it the most lopsided exchange in modern history. Stephen A. keeps poking that bruise. On air, he suggests the deal had layers no one was supposed to see, hinting that hidden medical records might have sweetened the pot. He hammers the point that Brittney should be grateful, which only fuels theories that the WNBA or higher-ups stepped in to shield her from whatever those Russian lab results might reveal. The math still doesn't add up for viewers. Why swap an arms dealer blamed for plotting mass carnage for a player facing a marijuana rap, unless something bigger was quietly sliding across the table? Each time Smith flashes that knowing smile, the internet digs deeper, convinced that paperwork from a Moscow cell block links straight to the Oval Office. And the fallout didn't stop there. The next showdown would put Brittney face to face with rising star Caitlin Clark, igniting a backlash the league could no longer ignore. It all boiled over the night Caitlin Clark sent Brittney to the bench with a hard foul out. Cameras caught Griner snapping, and courtside mics picked up a blurred shout. Some insist she yelled, "whack of asterisk asterisk asterisk"ing call. Others swear it was something far more personal. Brittney later said she doesn't even recall saying a word, but the clip raced across social feeds before the final buzzer. Fans saw the league's PR team move at lightning speed. No fines, no statements, just silence. That quiet fueled louder claims that the WNBA protects its biggest star no matter what. Comment threads now read like detective boards, with users replaying every angle and quoting lip readers who still don't agree. The debate keeps spiraling. If Smith's DNA files really exist, are they why the league keeps giving Brittney a pass? No proof yet, but the questions won't die down. The fallout hit full speed, and in Section 8, the comment section fury turns into demands for refunds, identity fraud accusations, and conspiracy boards digging through every locker room story ever told. Comment sections are now a wildfire. Viewers treat every new rumor as breaking news and flood social feeds with hot takes. Some say the league already knew whatever's in those DNA papers and chose silence. Others insist the cover-up is finally crumbling. Anger is turning into demands. One post calls for Brittney to pay back every penny she's earned under false pretenses, while another asks if this could count as identity fraud or even falsifying documents. Refund hashtags trend and people threaten to boycott until the league answers. That fury fuels deeper digging. Fans sift through old stories, teammates who thought it odd she never changed in the locker room, clips they once shrugged off as quirks. Every scrap is re-examined for clues, yet none of these claims are verified. They sit at the edge of rumor, waiting for proof that may never surface. So is this just online chaos, or the first rumble of a scandal that could shake the WNBA to its core? Stick around, because the next twist might arrive before the dust even settles.